A black dorsal fin rises from the cold, gray waters of the Pacific Northwest.
Then the whale surfaces again, and something bright and silver lies across its head.
A dead salmon, perfectly balanced, like a strange and glossy crown.
For several seconds, the fish remains draped above the orca's eyes like a hat.
This unusual behavior was first reported among southern resident killer whales in 1987. It quickly spread through parts of the tight-knit community, then suddenly disappeared.
Decades later, a new, striking photograph seemed to show the behavior occurring again.
But was this strange and brief trend really a form of cetacean fashion? Or are humans turning one strange feeding moment into an unintended story? Southern resident killer whales live in close, highly social family groups. They navigate the cold waters of the Salish Sea and nearby coastal regions. Unlike mammal-hunting orcas, these unique resident populations specialize strictly in eating fish. Their very survival is closely tied to local salmon abundance and health. Among their prey, the massive Chinook salmon is by far the most important. Within these pods, young whales remain close to their mothers for their entire life. They travel, hunt, rest, and communicate within highly stable, complex family networks. This intense closeness creates the ideal conditions for new behaviors to spread socially.
In 1987, observers first reported that a single female began carrying a dead salmon.
Soon after, other whales in the pod were seen doing something remarkably similar. Yet, this bizarre, head-turning behavior lasted for only a very short time. To human observers, no obvious survival or hunting advantage was ever visible. A dead salmon on the head did not help the whales swim any faster. It did not help them locate more prey, nor did it keep them warm. This made the odd habit resemble a temporary, highly localized social fad.
One creative individual begins an unusual action, and others quickly copy it.
Eventually, the excitement fades, and the entire group stops the behavior completely. However, this famous historical description contains a significant and hidden scientific problem. While researchers could easily see the fish, they could not read minds. They could never truly know what the whale meant by carrying it. Studying this behavior is incredibly difficult because their lives happen mostly underwater, but it could also easily appear there by chance during complex prey handling. These active, fish-eating killer whales chase agile salmon through three-dimensional space. They constantly adjust their underwater paths as desperate salmon attempt to escape them. Once a salmon is caught, the whale must carry and reposition it carefully. They may tear the prey apart or choose to share it with relatives. Yet, an orca has no hands to help manage its heavy catch. Its mouth, head, body, and the rushing water must perform every handling stage. During a sharp, sudden turn or a rapid surfacing movement, things can slip. A dead salmon might briefly slide onto the forehead in an unusual position. This mechanical explanation could easily account for a single, isolated photograph. But it does not fully explain why it appeared across multiple whales in 1987. Orcas possess an incredible capacity for complex social learning and mimicry. Different populations maintain distinct diets, unique calls, and structured hunting traditions. Even within a single population, social groups develop different responses to feeding opportunities.
Young, curious animals also play extensively with their food to gain vital experience.
This play helps them develop the motor skills needed for capture and handling. Researchers have documented juveniles pushing dead salmon around at the surface.
Determining the exact purpose of this playful behavior remains a major challenge.
Thus, a dead salmon could easily be food, a toy, or both. The major reveal is that salmon-hat describes what humans saw. It does not necessarily describe what the intelligent Orcas actually intended. The physical position of the salmon on the head is completely real. However, the playful fashion story is entirely a human projection.
The 1987 observations remain consistent with a socially transmitted play behavior. Yet, there is no scientific proof that the whales treated salmon as decoration.
They may simply have enjoyed the tactile sensation of the smooth fish. They may have copied an interesting, novel movement they saw a peer perform. They may have been practicing difficult prey handling before sharing their catch. A behavior does not need a survival benefit to spread through a group, but calling it fashion imports a human concept into the whale's mind. Behind this playful, viral story lies a much more serious environmental contrast. Southern residents are endangered, and lack of salmon is a critical threat. A fish balanced on a head may look like a wasteful game.
Yet, researchers cannot conclude that the whale simply discarded its meal.
The animal may have eaten or shared the fish seconds later, underwater. The true meaning of the salmon hat remains where the story lives, underwater.